ਸਲਾਮ ਨਮਸਤੇ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਦੋਸਤੋ, ਮੈਂ ਜਿੰਦੀ ਮਰਜਾਣੀ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਵੌਇਸ ਆਫ ਪੰਜਾਬ। ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੋਸਤੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਖਾਸ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਫੇਮਸ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਤੇ ਦੋਸਤੋ ਫੇਮਸ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਫੇਮਸ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਲਈਏ ਈਰਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ। ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਵਾਗਤ। ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੁਹਸਿਨ ਮੇਹਰ ਅਲੀ ਜ਼ਾਦੇ ਜੀ, ਐਕਸ ਵਾਈਸ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਟ ਆਫ ਈਰਾਨ। ਤੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਤੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਰਨੀ ਜੋ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੱਜ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ, ਕਿਸ ਮਕਸਦ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਸਾਂਝੀਆਂ। ਮੇਹਰ ਅਲੀ ਜ਼ਾਦੇ ਜੀ, ਨਮਸਕਾਰ, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਐਂਡ ਆਦਾਬ। ਸਵਾਗਤ, ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਇੰਡੀਆ।
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here in India, in our good neighbor country and good peoples, and I'm very happy to be in this your good program.
And first of all, I said, very welcome to India and special welcome to Punjab. You are in Chandigarh today, and we are happy to have you here. And we are happy to share your plans in India and especially in Punjab. Could you explain little what's your purpose of visit of India?
Yes, as you explained already, I understand from your Indian words which you introduced me as Iranian ex-vice president, and I was the minister of sport and youth in Iran. But after this job, I started to developing one of the Iranian traditional sport, which is the name of this sport is Zurkhane sport, Zurkhane and Kushti Pahlavani sport. That's a traditional sport which is coming from at least 3,000 years ago in Iran, and not only in Iran, which you know today in the big Iran, that all cultures, all the areas which was in Iranian cultures, even in that time in even part of India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, everywhere, as a traditional sport. The name was the Zurkhane sport. We decided in 2004 to developing this sport all of the world. And for this reason, we established one new organization, an international organization in the name of International Zurkhane Sports and Kushti Pahlavani Federations. And just now we are working in all of the world, and 85 countries, which one of them is India, are active in this sport. But in India, I myself was interested to develop this matter very specially, because I thinking that India is our good neighbor country, and with this huge amount of population and different cultures which we have here, for example Punjabi, we have others we have here. I think that on the other hand, India is a cultural culture and very historical cultural country and nation, and that's very important that about the traditional sports and traditional cultures, the nations and the countries which they are very they have very deep and old history, cultural history, they love it, they like it, and that's why I interested myself to extend and to improve this sport in India very especially and very deeply. That's why in this trip, which I'm 2 days, I was here, and I will be here for 2 or 3 days more. I have some discussions and some meetings with the authorities here to find the ways how we can improve this sport, develop this sport in all parts of the India, and that's why today I am in Punjab and here in your city, and I'm very happy to have some discussion with your authorities here in this very good area.
So what's your next plan to promote this sport? As I say in Kushti Pahlavani. The Kushti and Pahlavani already exist in Punjab. So what's the difference between our Kushti and Iranian Kushti?
There are some technical difference. For example, that in India I hear that every wrestlers you say Pahlavan. Yeah. I can tell that to you that Pahlavan means champion, but a champion in wrestling. Mm-hmm. But in the tradition of this sport, the real meaning of Pahlavan is some different. Pahlavan means is this gentleman which he is a winner, he is champion in wrestling, but not only in wrestling. He has a good behaviors, he has a good thinking, he can be a good person which person can trust him. He can be a famous and trusty person in his area. And Pahlavan is a winner in two different ways, in body strengthening and soul strengthening. That's very important. And when we tell that when we are speaking about the Pahlavan, it means this type of the persons we want to have in this sport. And that's why the way of the wrestling and the rules of the wrestling is completely different. And that physically works, that physically actions leads the champion to way which he can be a fair player. Today in this other sports, other disciplines, you can hear about the fair playing, but the fair playing is completely in the regulation of the Kushti Pahlavani. But technically, I cannot explain more than this, because the technical man's they have to explain about that. But I can tell that the technical matters and technical rules are some different.
How would you promote this sport around India? You said you want to promote around India. Because at the moment, as I said before, this sport, Kushti, exists in Punjab already. But around India, how are you planning to promote this?
Okay. That for Kushti or for wrestling, we have your federation, wrestling federation, and even in Iran and other countries they have this, and even in the international level they have they had FILA, and just know that the name changed. UW is the international organization for this, for leading the matter. But for the leading matter of the Zulkhane sport, as I told you, that's a Zulkhane sports and Kushti Pahlavani. Zulkhane sport, there are 6 different disciplines which make more strong the champion, and which ready him or her to have a chance for wrestling Kushti Pahlavani. And for this aim, we established the IZSF, International Zulkhane Sport and Kushti Pahlavani Federation. And in different countries, as your country, we already had some associations which they tried to do that. But I think that they started very weak. But now, gentleman who asks us that which to recognize him as our member, he introduced himself and his organization, and we surveyed about this matter, and it seems that's right, and we can go in this way, which to support this association which they have established in here in India. After that, we will send the trainers, and we will accept the coaches and trainers to train them in Iran, free of charge there, and no any limitation about the numbers. This is our program, that they can choose the champions or the interest people from the different area of the India, and from different areas and different cities, to send to Iran, and then we will train them, and they come back to training the athletes here in your country.
Anything, any other information if you want to share with our audience?
Yes, the other information is this. Just now, from our establishment date up to now, we had 6 Asian Championship, and we had 5 World Championship, and 5 World Cup, and other African Championship, but for Asia, which we are talking about that. In Asia, twice Nepal, and twice Iran, and one time Bangladesh, and one time another country, Turkey, I think, or other country. No, not Turkey, other country. There was the host, and just now we are talking about that. If we can see the capability of our friends here in the September. In the September, we are talking about this matter to finalizing that. In the September, we will have the 7th Asian Championship in Delhi, and it was a very good start for a good step for improving this sport in your country.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. And ਦੋਸਤੋ, ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ। ਉਮੀਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਸਾਡਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਤੇ ਕੁਸ਼ਤੀ ਪਹਿਲਵਾਨੀ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸਰ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਪਹਿਲਵਾਨੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਸਿਰਫ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਫਿਟਨੈਸ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਮੈਂਟਲੀ ਫਿਟਨੈਸ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਹਾਵੀ ਵੀ ਕਦੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ, ਤੇ ਉਸ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮੈਂਟਲੀ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਸਟੇਬਲ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ। ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੇਮ ਕਬੱਡੀ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਲਈਏ ਡਰੱਗਸ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਆਪਣੀ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਫਿਟਨੈਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਕਰਨਾ, ਤੇ ਸੇਮ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਾਡਾ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਸਟੇਬਲ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਮਰਸ਼ਲਾਈਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ। ਇੱਕ ਟ੍ਰੈਡੀਸ਼ਨਲ ਗੇਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਕੁਸ਼ਤੀ, ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਬਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਈਰਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੁਸ਼ਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਕੁਛ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ। ਕੁਸ਼ਤੀ ਪਹਿਲਵਾਨੀ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਿਸਥਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਆ। ਤੇ ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਦੋਸਤੋ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਇਆ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਪਸੰਦ, ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਸਰ ਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸਰ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ, ਐਂਡ hope to see you again very soon. Thank you. The last time, if you want to send any message to our audience.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here, and I hope so in the next interview we will celebrate the victories and the good functions of your country's sportsmen in Zurkhane sports and Kushti Pehlavani.
Thank you so much. Thank you. ਤੇ ਦੋਸਤੋ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਲੈਣੀ ਆ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ। ਇਸ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਕੁਸ਼ਤੀ ਪਹਿਲਵਾਨੀ ਥੋੜੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਝਲਕੀਆਂ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ, ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਦੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਕਸ਼ਨ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਾਵਾਂਗੇ। ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉਸ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਮੌਜੂਦ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਕਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ। ਬਣੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਵੋਇਸ ਆਫ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ।